Oh, Emmerdale next week. Where do I even start? We've got heartbreak, temptation, shock twists, and more secrets bubbling under the surface than we've seen in ages. Honestly, if you thought the last few weeks were tense, just wait until you hear what's about to unfold between the 18th and the 22nd of August. Robert's guilt is eating him alive, Aaron's heart is all over the place, John's web of lies is getting darker, and that Nate case, far from over. Plus, Moira gets devastating news, Mack's world tips upside down, and a few surprise moments might just melt your heart in the middle of all the chaos. So, make yourself a cuppa, get comfy, and let's talk through exactly what's coming up in the village. 1. John twists the knife, while Robert struggles with guilt. Robert's been carrying this heavy weight after that moment where he snapped at young Harry. We know it wasn't deliberate. John cleverly pressed on those old scars from Robert's PTSD until he cracked. But now John's taking it a step further. He talks to Victoria about what happened, painting Robert in an even worse light. Then he turns up to see Robert directly, and this is where he really goes for the emotional jugular, hinting that Robert's lost both Victoria and Aaron. And you can see Robert's face drop. That self-loathing just floods in. If John's aim is to crush him emotionally, he's doing a fine job. This could be one of those turning points where viewers either shout at the telly or feel like giving Robert a hug. 2. Robert and Aaron give in to temptation, and here's where things explode. Robert's in his room, smashing it up in a rage because he just can't handle the turmoil. Then in walks Aaron. Instead of walking back out, he stops Robert and lets his guard slip. Aaron admits, straight up, that the reason he's been pushing Robert away isn't because he's moved on. It's because those feelings are still there. You can probably guess the rest. They kiss. And it's not just a quick kiss. This is full on passion, years of history crashing back together in a heartbeat. Fans of the old Robron days will be torn between excitement and knowing this can only end badly. 3. Aaron regrets cheating on John by the morning after. The reality's sunk in for Aaron. He's married to John. He's cheated. Again. So he makes it clear to Robert, this was a one-off. It won't happen again. But here's the problem. Robert doesn't see it that way. He's convinced this means Aaron's choosing him over John. You can almost see him getting that spark of hope back, thinking, this is it. We're getting back together. Aaron's face tells a different story. He knows he's made a mess that's about to get even messier. 4. Nate's case is reopened over in the murder investigation. Liam gets wind of something big. The case over Nate's death is back open. And it's all because someone spotted an inconsistency in that fake suicide note John wrote to frame Owen. John's not taking it well. The stress shows straight away, especially when he sees Kane and Tracy struggling under the weight of this new development. For someone who's usually so smooth, the cracks are starting to show. 5. Aaron plots a double departure, feeling trapped between two lives. Aaron ends up confiding in Mack. He admits this isn't the first time he's cheated on John since Robert got out of prison. And while Mack's never exactly been in John's fan club, he still can't believe Aaron's putting his marriage at risk like this. Aaron decides he needs out, a proper fresh start, so he goes to John with the idea that they both leave the village. And here's the kicker. John jumps at it. It gets him away from the Nate heat. For him, this is perfect. 6. John makes a sinister phone call. Chas is torn about Aaron and John packing up and going, but it seems like the plan's locked in. Even Liam gives John the go, ahead to take holiday leave. But in private, John's stress isn't going anywhere. And then comes the moment that'll make your skin crawl. He picks up the phone and makes a call that's nothing short of chilling. We don't know exactly who's on the other end, but you just know it's going to tie back to Nate's case. 7. Mack's heart boils over. While Aaron's making big decisions, Mack's dealing with heartbreak of a different kind. It's the anniversary of losing his and Charity's baby. 3 years since that awful day, and Charity doesn't remember. After drowning his sorrows, Mack confronts her, and in that drunken honesty, he admits he's never been comfortable with this whole surrogacy idea. Charity reacts badly, kicking him out and cutting off contact. And honestly, it's hard to see how they come back from this. Another twist in the Nate case, it's one of those moments where you think the truth is finally coming into focus, and then it swerves off in a completely different direction. The police suddenly switch their attention to why Nate's belongings were carted away from the village after he'd already died. And it just feels odd. Tracy ends up showing the removal bloke a photo of Nate, and he hasn't got a clue who he is. That alone raises eyebrows, but then he drops the bombshell. It was Owen who paid him to shift the stuff. Straight away, this makes Owen look like he's right back in the frame. You can see why Robert starts second, guessing himself now, because from the outside it does add up. The thing is viewers know how easily someone like John could be moving the chess pieces here. He's the sort of character who would cover his tracks so carefully, you'd never see the strings unless you knew exactly where to look. And that makes this whole twist feel just a little too convenient for him. If this does play out the way it's looking, it could set off a chain reaction. Owen dragged through the mud again, Robert torn over whether he's been wrong all along, and Tracy pushed to the edge with all the back and forth. But you can't shake that niggling feeling that John's sitting somewhere, quietly pleased with himself, watching everyone dance to his tune. And if that's the case, it's only a matter of time before this blows up in a way none of them are ready for. If you're still watching and enjoying these spoilers, hit that subscribe button so you never miss the drama. We've got plenty more to come every week. 9. Mack's discovery could change everything. While Mack's reeling from being shut out by Charity, he stumbles across something. A clue tied to the Nate case. We don't know exactly what it is yet, but if Mack's involved, you can bet he's going to poke around until he finds answers. This could be the start of John's carefully built lies unraveling. 10. Moira gets devastating news over at the farm. Moira's hit with a blow she didn't see coming. Celia breaks it to her. Their new contract has collapsed. The hotel will only pay half of what they promised. For Moira, that's a huge loss. For Celia, it's the end of the road. She's ready to walk away from farming altogether. And she even tells Moira she should do the same. For someone as stubborn as Moira, walking away's never been her style. But money talks, and this loss could force her hand. 11. Dylan is tempted by Ray's offer meanwhile. Dylan's struggling to find proper work. So when Ray gets in touch offering easy money for another drug run, Dylan's resolve starts to crack. He tries to resist, but the pressure builds and he says yes. And here's the sad bit. He's lying to April about what he's doing. You can tell he hates it, but he's in too deep. 12. Vinny's secret starts to close in. Vinny's still reeling from being attacked by Mike. Or should I say Graham, his real name. He's lying to Gabby about what happened to their stolen wedding rings and trying to act like everything's fine. Then the police come knocking. They're investigating Graham for extortion, and it sounds like the details of his attack on Vinny could come out. Vinny's at a crossroads now. Does he tell Gabby the truth before she hears it elsewhere? 13. Kammy and Belle take a step forward. Will end on a softer note. Kane sends Kammy to fix Belle's car, which is awkward after their recent tensions. But Belle surprises him. She suggests they try another lunch date. It's a small moment in a week full of heavy drama, but sometimes those light, human moments are exactly what we need to balance things out. So there you have it, 13 big moments coming our way between the 18th and 22nd of August in Emmerdale. From Robert's emotional spiral and Erin's tangled heart to the Nate investigation taking more twists, Mack's heartbreak, and Moira's devastating setback, it's shaping up to be one of the tensest weeks we've had all summer. Which of these storylines has you most on edge? Are you rooting for Robert and Erin, or do you think they're both making a huge mistake? And do you reckon John's going to get away with his lies, or is someone finally going to bring him down? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing your theories. And if you enjoyed these spoilers, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's next in the village.